Black Ops 6 is off to a phenomenal start. I'm willing to bet tons of you spent your entire weekend grinding XP and maybe even unlocking a few gold camos. But if you're trying to get better at the game, there's a few things out of the gate that you should probably kick out of your playstyle. I'm here to help you guys. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos, and today we're going to go over 10 things you should stop doing immediately in Black Ops 6 multiplayer. You let me know which of these habits you're guilty of down in the comments. Drop a like, and let's get started with, actually, let me know, are you enjoying Black Ops 6? But at number 10, mounting your gun. Did you even know weapon mounting is in Black Ops 6? I'm willing to bet a bunch of you actually didn't know it was there because it's such a fast-paced game and everybody's running around, diving around corners. But yes, there's an option to mount your gun to cover just like in Modern Warfare. And no, you shouldn't be doing it. With how fast-paced the game is, mounting is almost never a good idea. It actually takes a bit of resistance to unmount once you hunker down, which prevents you from reacting quick enough to counter an enemy that's running at you. Now, I can see why you may want to mount your LMG to a piece of cover if you're spraying down an objective point, but you really shouldn't be mounted for more than 2 to 3 seconds. Yeah, that's what they said at the time, because otherwise, you're just going to get blasted by somebody dodging your bullets. They're going to get out of your field of view, they're going to run up, they're going to take you hostage, and then they're just going to have their way with you. Don't do it. At number 9, jump shotting. I hate to break it to you guys, but jump shots are a thing of the past now that we have the new and improved dolphin dive and the greatly enhanced sliding mechanics. While jump shots used to be a core part of the Call of Duty experience, they're really just not essential anymore. They're not an essential part of the formula, and there's a ton of more helpful ways to manage those situations. Why would you jump shot instead of diving in a random direction? Why jump shot when you can slide away and take the low road? Jump shots keep your momentum in a certain direction and also just make you easier to track as opposed to just sliding or diving, which brings you lower to the ground, actually makes you harder to track. Now, I'm not saying jump shotting is an objectively bad idea in every situation in Black Ops 6, and obviously it's still a good idea to have a jump shot in your back pocket to keep those enemies off guard, but if you're someone who defaults to jump shotting when you're face-to-face with an enemy, you might want to explore other movement options, because at the end of the day, it's the easier movement mechanic to counter right now. At number 8, running mines. Treyarch decided to bring back the bouncing betties in Black Ops 6, but they're chargeable field upgrades now, which I think was a good place for them. You let me know if you agree. Keeps them in the game without being too obnoxious or spammable, but frankly, I don't think anybody should be running these things because they're pretty weak. If you're playing objective-based game mode, which I think many of you are, you might as well not run them at all because of how easily they're going to get destroyed before actually hitting anybody. The mines can be destroyed with a stun grenade or even a flashbang because their health is so low, but the impact of a tactical grenade is also enough to destroy them. Since you have to wait to charge them back up before you can use them, it can get frustrating. Now, there are some more helpful field upgrades in Black Ops 6, and with how easy it is to avoid trip mines or destroy them on accident with the random stun grenade, they're not really worth your time. And I've ran the one field upgrade. I've ran the trip mine, and yes, I've got some cheeky kills with it over the weekend, and you can set it and forget it. It doesn't go away even after you die, but at the end of the day, they're not hard to spot anymore at all. At number 7, you have to care about bullet velocity in Black Ops 6. There is a lot of attachments in Black Ops 6 that increase your bullet velocity. That means the bullet goes faster. There's even a firing mod that solely speeds up your bullet velocity in return for taking up one of your 5 gunsmith slots. But here's the thing. You really shouldn't be caring about your bullet velocity. With how small the maps are on average in the game right now, it's pretty rare you're ever going to notice bullet velocity play a factor in your gunfights. In fact, I'm willing to bet that plenty of you watching this video have engaged somebody from super far distances without any issue, without even using an attachment that speeds up your bullet velocity. Personally, I think it's a leftover weapon trait from the Modern Warfare era that Treyarch put in the game out of habit. But if you're loading up your gun with attachments that improve bullet velocity, I would recommend rethinking your strategy because at the end of the day, there's way more important traits you could be using your attachments to buff up. Bullet velocity just doesn't play enough of a factor in Black Ops 6 combat for me to think it's worth caring that much about, and it's definitely not worth sacrificing gunsmith attachments to improve. 99% of the time, you're not even going to notice the speed of the bullets, and if you do notice the speed of your bullets in super long range engagements, just learn how to lead your shots a little more. At number 6, camping. Yeah, camping. After so many years of encouraging the Sentinel playstyle, it is nice to have a Call of Duty game like Black Ops 6 that is actively discouraging staying in one place for more than, let's just say, 10-ish seconds at a time. with how many movement options there are, how many alternate routes most maps have. Camping is a bad strategy. In most situations, it really is, and I honestly love that. Or grouping 3 perks together where you can actually see where everybody is when you respawn. If people catch on to where you're sitting, your location is going to get spammed out with triple stuns. You're going to get shredded through the paper-thin walls, or somebody will just belly flop through a door, blow you back to the lobby with Omni movement, and be about their way. Black Ops 6 movement system is a direct counter to the Sentinel lifestyle. It's not Modern Warfare anymore. It's not. You're going to have to move around if you want to be successful. At number 5, head glitching. This one's actually kind of wild because head glitching used to be a very powerful strategy in Call of Duty. For those that don't know, head glitching is where you barely peek out from cover so that only your head is visible to the enemy, then you fire at them like that. Because of the fact that Call of Duty, and most first-person shooters for that matter, actually shoot bullets out of the character's head, not the gun, this means peeking your head out from the cover is actually for you to open fire on an enemy player without consequence. Not in Black Ops 6. Head glitching isn't actually a very smart strategy, because not only can your target reposition faster than ever before, so they'll be able to get the drop on you easier, but the headshot bonuses in the game are huge. So if somebody sees you on a head glitch, returns fire, they only need to land 2 to 3 shots to clean you up instantly, and that's just not a good gamble to take. So I would recommend getting good with the movement and just learning to fight head on, to be honest with you, instead of relying on head glitching, because at the end of the day, there are some really powerful counters to it this year. At number 4, not playing the objective. If you're playing objective-based modes, play the objective. Black Ops 6 is all about the score, and the score handouts that come with playing the objective are nuts. Aside from the fact the game is way more fun when you're actually winning and achieving your goals instead of just running around treating every game mode like it's TDM, I also think a lot of people don't actually understand how easy it is to get your streaks in this game if you just play the objective. Assist and partial objective captures are worth points, a ton of points in this game. And if you're running non-lethal streaks like UAVs and counters, you just run the perks that give you point boost towards non-lethals, you can legitimately earn a UAV every single spawn if you just play the objective. Stop being a lone wolf. PTFO. At number 3, running shotguns. The shotguns in the game, I would say they're not the best right now. Now, this is going to change with time as Treyarch makes adjustments, adds more weapons to the shotgun category, but first couple of weeks of the game, I don't think they're very good. They're extremely inconsistent, require you to absolutely load them up with attachments to get any type of consistent results or even be on the same par playing field with anybody, but if you do manage to get a nice shotgun build, you're better off just running SMGs for close quarter combats. I think running shotguns at all right now is kind of a liability, and I'm not saying there aren't people that go do work with shotguns. Trust me, I've been put on my back plenty over the weekend with people with shotguns, but I just don't think it's a viable strategy right now in the bigger sense of things. At number 2, not running recon streaks. This may be a byproduct of the movement speed in Black Ops 6, but I'm noticing a lot fewer people running UAVs and a lot fewer people running harps in this game than previous COD titles. Now, this might be because it's just easy to run across the whole map in 10 seconds, and you don't need constant radar sweeps to see where the enemy is, but honestly, UAVs are super valuable in this game, and to some degree, they're actually better than they used to be because of how generous the UAV assist points handouts are. There also doesn't seem to be many people running lock-on rocket launchers right now, so you rarely get your UAV shot down if you're running them, and on top of all that, the UAV is just a great streak for you and your team to have. Now, there are a lot of people running the default rocket launcher as the field upgrade, I get that, but other than that, they're not really running one on their back. Everybody should be running UAVs. Really don't know why they're not as popular in this game as they have been in recent years, but I have a feeling over the next couple weeks that that's going to change. And at number 1, the number 1 thing you should stop doing in Black Ops 6 right now is blaming your team. It can be really easy to constantly blame your teammates for your losses, and yes, sometimes your teammates really are the reason you lost, especially if they're refusing to play the objective. But at the end of the day, it's all casual public matches. It's Call of Duty. I'm not saying you can't get frustrated at bad teammates. I do every single time. But rather, I'm saying that getting into the mindset of it's always my teammate's fault, that's a quick way to stop enjoying the game. That's a quick way for you to get upset, put the controller down. It's also a very good way to never actually improve your own play. You got to be able to recognize when your teammates are bad, and then you got to be able to move on. Take note of what you could have done better to make up for the weak teammates for future matches. I mean, I kind of take it as a challenge sometimes. If my team absolutely sucks, I see just how hard I can go in the paint to try to change that outcome. Usually it doesn't work and we get completely blasted, but a lot of the times I end up with some pretty good stats on the objective side and the kill side when it comes to the match, even if we do lose. I mean, Don't let it kill your enjoyment of the game, because I really feel we have a really good Call of Duty game on our hands this year. I played Black Ops 6 all weekend. I can't tell you the last time on a launch week I played all weekend of a Call of Duty. The matchmaking can get frustrating, yes. But let's not all constantly point fingers at teammates instead of just shaking off the loss, queuing up in a new lobby, and going for it. That's just not how you get better at the game. It's definitely not how you're going to enjoy Call of Duty. And there you go. Let me know one thing you're enjoying about Black Ops 6, one thing you think could be better. Do you think we're back? Do you think this is going to be a good year for Call of Duty? Do you think that Black Ops 6 is going to have longevity? Do you think it's going to last? Does it have lasting power? I'll see you soon.